one of the leading causes of injury in women over the age of 40 is falling. And when I asked you what worried you the most about ageing, coming in a close second after dementia and heart disease was falling, being afraid of falling. Today we're going to talk about it, but we're not talking about the fear of falling. We're going to talk about how to prevent it from happening. Each year, over 37 million falls are severe enough to warrant medical attention. Now, I mentioned that this is over the age of 40. Now, of course, anyone can fall. The older you get, the more serious the consequences. And obviously, I think this is why it bothers us as we get older, especially during the winter months, which is why I wanted to talk about this now. I do not want any of you, my lovelies, unhappy stuff and fluff, I don't want any of you ending up in a medical emergency room because you fell and because it was due to something that could have been prevented. Now then, a lot of the things I'm going to talk about, you might say are common sense, but they're not common practice, obviously. Otherwise, 37 million people each year wouldn't end up in the accident and emergency units because they've injured themselves. So we're going to talk about some things that I'm knowledgeable about. We're going to talk about some of those things, but also the physiology of this, of course, is not my expertise, but I am going to leave you some excellent videos in the description down below on things like how to fall properly if you do fall, and the kinds of things that I can't really speak to you from a knowledgeable point of view. I want you to get the best, absolute best information on this that you can get. So when you've watched this video, check out the videos down below in the description. You will not be sorry, and you will be prepared. And then instead of being frightened of falling, you're going to be prepared not to fall. And should that not be possible, because sometimes it happens like that before you know what's happening, I can testament to that, then how to actually fall. Now, I have had, I can think of in the last, let's say 10 years, 5 falls where I have considerably hurt myself. I haven't ended up in an accident and emergency unit, but I have had long-term consequences from it. One of them, let's say the first one, I fell downstairs and it was a dogleg stair. I fell down the top flight of stairs and hit my head like that on the wall. Silly thing to say, I know, but that day I learned just how unforgiving a wall actually is. I wasn't concussed, but it gave me such a shock, and I sat shaking for some time. I'd hit myself so badly on my head. The second time was also coming downstairs, and I'm going to tell you why these things happened. I was running down the stairs, I fell backwards this time, flat on my coccyx, and that bothered me for years. Stopped me from doing yoga, stopped me from doing all kinds of things because I didn't like the treatment for it. So I decided I would take care of myself. That was 2. They happened, one because I was running down the stairs, literally running down the stairs and tripped. And the second time I was going to answer the door and I was running downstairs in socks and I slipped backwards. Those were 2. The third one you know about, I told you I have, where I'm filming here, I have wires linked up to lights and linked up to the camera. The doorbell rang, I got up to go and answer the door, tripped over a wire and just missed hitting my head on a Corian worktop that we have up behind you in the kitchen. That was quite a bad fall too, but I was okay. Then walking round the lake, I slipped on the mud and went heading towards the lake. Fortunately, I didn't land in the lake, but I slipped and I sprained my wrist. More recently, about a month ago, now this is one that I could not have prevented come what may. I went to sit down. I was exhausted over something I'd been doing. I flopped down, missed the seat completely, fell backwards, knocked over the coffee table, and the side of the coffee table went right beneath my ribs, and I felt my whole weight on top of it. Now, I'm still struggling with this now. I didn't break a rib. My ribs don't hurt. In fact, nothing hurts internally, but I still have there where I'm holding, where you can see, it bothers me badly. I'm seeing a chiropractor this week to get some advice there, and I'll let you know how I get on. But those were 5 things. Now, 4 of those could have been prevented if I'd have been sensible. Okay, so anything I say, trust me, I've been there and I do these things too. That's why I told you, not for sympathy, well, maybe just a little bit. But yeah, and you could say I was lucky that none of these falls resulted in anything more serious. So what I want to do is, first of all, I want to talk about, so remember we're talking about prevention here. Doing as much as you possibly can, taking responsibility for yourself. And the first thing is to strengthen your body. To strengthen your body. You need to build strength and you need to build balance. And here are just a few simple exercises that you can do at home that's going to help you to do this. The first one here is the heel to toe walk. So simply walking in a straight line, placing one foot directly in front of the other, but coming down on your heel and onto your toe. This is going to improve your balance and your coordination. Now, whenever you think about this, you can do it, provided you don't need support, of course. If you're going from your kitchen to your living room or to the bathroom or where, and you remember, walk consciously, heel to toe in a straight line, and do this as often as you can, because of course these things need practice. Now the other one is squats to strengthen the tops of your legs. You know, your legs are the first to become weaker, the first, and so if you can strengthen your legs, then you're halfway there. So these are squats. Now, if you can't do squats like this, then sit on a chair, on a sturdy chair, and just stand up and sit down and stand up and sit down without using your arms. Now, you may only be able to do 1 or 2 at first. That's fine. Just whenever you go to get up out of this chair, try to do it with no arms to push to get you out of the chair. That's a fantastic exercise, and if you can do it slowly and perhaps repeat it as many times as you can and build on that each time, that's going to strengthen your legs. You can do single leg stands where you just literally lift one leg up and hold onto a counter for support, obviously, just for a few seconds, and gradually increase it over time to increase your balance. So you've got to start small, but you've got to be consistent. These things are small and easy, but you do need to be consistent with them. So practice those. And not only are these going to prevent you from falling, of course, they're going to strengthen you and make you fitter. Win-win. Okay, the next thing is to optimize your environment. There's one I've thought of straight away that I haven't included in this, so I'm going to say it anyway. Do not leave items at the bottom of the stairs that you're going to take up later, and perhaps suggest that no one in your family does that. Of course, you can get these little basket steps, can't you, that you put at the bottom of your step and put things in to take up, so the idea being that you're not constantly going up and down stairs. However, if you come downstairs quickly and you've forgotten that you've put some shoes there or socks there or something that you mean to take up later, and you come down onto that step and slip, there you go, there's a fall. So please try not to do that. And remove clutter altogether from your floor. When I'm doing stuff like this with wires everywhere, after that one time, trust me, my wires are neat and tidy and tucked under the table if I can do that on one side. And if I do have to get up, I walk around the other side where I know there are no wires trailing. But if you have a lamp, or just check that you don't have any trailing wires, because that's an easy thing. And then generally, just tidy up. Just tidy up. And then, of course, rugs. Make sure you get some, the non-stick, I forgot what you would call them, the mats that go underneath your rug so that the rugs don't slip. But also make sure that none of your rugs curl up on the ends. That can sometimes happen. Tuck it under and put a weight on it to flatten it if you like. So look at your floors, remove your clutter, tidy up any trailing wires and have a look at your rugs. Then make sure you have lighting. Ensure your hallways, staircases, bathrooms are well lit. And if you can, use the motion sensor lights for nighttime. Now, if you have a very handy son, which we have, who knows about Alexa and how to control lighting, that's great because you don't have to walk around turning all your lights off. You can simply say, turn the lights off, and all lights go off. If you can get that set up, that's great. But if you can't, you need lights to be bright so that you can see where you're going, especially in your bathroom and of course in your kitchen. Secure rugs I've mentioned. I don't want to mention grab bars at this stage, but if you have a bathtub and you struggle to get out, then grab bars are going to have to be something that you install. So check your environment. There could well be things I haven't thought of there, especially in your kitchen, but consciously go and have a look and future-proof so that you are not going to trip and fall in your kitchen. Okay, next I'm going to talk about footwear. Footwear, which is how I fell going round the lake. I had a pair of trainers on. Trainers are no good when it's in winter time, unless you've got superb trainers, but just to put trainers on to go walking round, and these are trainers I'd had for years, so the tread on them wasn't that good either. You need boots or shoes with a good tread. Boots with good treads are very fashionable at the moment. I'll take a photograph of the pair I have that I use all the time now, and they've got a good thick tread on them. Look at that. Don't wear sliders. Don't wear sliders. They don't keep your foot very secure. Don't wear slippers with no backs, like mules we used to call them, especially around the house. It's a killer. I've got some beautiful blue velvet slippers that I wear, and I do wear them downstairs. But to go up and downstairs with these things on, don't do it. I bought them. I'm going to use them downstairs. But once I'm not using them anymore, I won't buy that kind of slipper again. You need your foot completely enclosed so that you're in control of your feet. So a secure foot, cushion support for comfort, but definitely with a good grip. Now, if you don't have shoes suitable for walking out in the ice, like in this country, we've had some snow, unexpected in this country, and people just walk out in the shoes that they're wearing. Don't do that, because when you walk outside, if you're frightened of falling, you adopt this kind of walk that's going to almost guarantee you're going to slip. You can get these grips that you can fix onto the bottom of your shoe. I'll leave an image here and a link for some in the comments box below. Do not be concerned in this weather about the way your shoes look. Wear your normal shoes, but click these things on the bottom so that you have a good grip when you're walking on ice, and then you'll walk more confidently. Walking is important. As I say, I'm going to leave some videos down below with people who know better than I do and they demonstrate how to walk, how to turn, and all of those things when you're walking in wintertime. So please have a look at those. Okay, back to health now, which plays a huge role in preventing falls. Now, these are a few things to consider. Have your eyes checked regularly. Make sure your glasses or your contact lenses are up to date. Have your hearing checked. We know that hearing helps with balance. There may just be something in your ears that is causing you to lose a little bit of your balance. Also get your blood pressure checked, because low blood pressure also causes dizziness and fainting and so on. And also have a look at your medication, because some medications can cause dizziness. Now, they may not, but it's worth talking to your doctor about these side effects, just to be on the safe side, so that you know that nothing you're taking is going to cause you to be dizzy. Stay hydrated. This also affects your balance. This is a bonus one that I hadn't actually thought about. And also, I do yoga. As I said, I do yoga. It didn't stop me from falling 5 times. What stopped me from falling is having fallen so many times. I've learned my lesson. But doing things such as yoga or Tai Chi, these activities that stretch your muscles, that strengthen your muscles, that help with balance, that enhance stability, it's really worth having a look at a local yoga class to help you with this. And of course, always keep your phone nearby, just in case of emergencies, because if you do fall and you can't move, then somebody needs to be helping you. Okay, so remember, all of these small steps that you take, help towards guaranteeing your safety. Inside, because that's where most falls happen, not outside, inside. I think if you make these small adjustments, then it's going to give you peace of mind. And that's what I'm after for you. Now, as I've said, a lot of what I'm talking about here has come from my own experience. There are people who know more than me, physiotherapists and so on, that can help you more. So look down in the information box down below, description box, that's the word I was looking for, and I'm going to leave some videos. So I've done the work for you and found the ones that I think are or will be the most helpful to you. So please watch those straight away after, because if you think I'll watch them later, you won't. You'll forget and you'll miss something valuable that could help you the next time. Well, in the UK, the next time we have bad weather, you may have bad weather all the time where you live, which is why I wanted to talk about this now and in the winter time. As I say, I'm going to my chiropractor this week, and I'll let you know what she has to say, and I'll tell you all about that. In the meantime, stay safe and balanced and well and upright, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.